Welcome to Ancient Wild TV, where we explore the ancient world of the most amazing species on Earth. Today we will be looking at the American lion, a fierce predator that formerly prowled the huge plains of North America, outclassing even the contemporary lion in size and strength. Come explore with us the amazing background of this enormous feline and its habitat in bygone wildernesses. Lions are the biggest and most powerful land hunters spread over the Serengeti. The second biggest living land predator, the great cat may reach twice the height of a human, and the biggest can even weigh the same as an adult brown bear. Apart from their great scale, these cats are renowned for their grace and intellect, which have helped them to control the vast grasslands and savannas. Like now, many lions of the past were also rather fierce. Of all the ones who have come and gone over time though, one especially jumps out among the others. It was not just the biggest feline to have ever lived, but also outsized the present lion. This is the lion from America. Paleontologists first became aware of its existence in the early 1800s when bits of its skull material were found in Mississippi. From the outset, it was evident that it was a feline of some kind, and was especially thought to have been a new species of the already existing genus Felis, which comprises the domestic cat among others. Later on, an influx of American lion fossils led paleontologists to recognize it better resembled larger cats and transferred it to the genus Panthera, which comprises 5 extant species including the lion, tiger, jaguar, leopard, and snow leopard. Particularly significant in this change of categorization was the existing lion, since paleontologists believed it most resembled the American lion. Actually, the two are so similar in body form and features that it was considered to be a new type of lion. Thus, it was made into a subspecies and given the scientific name Panthera Atrox, which also resulted in its popular nickname, the American lion, so honoring its habitat and status as a lion. Research has shown that although having many traits, the two cats are still too distinct to be regarded as the same species. So the American lion wasn't truly a lion after all, as in the case of the dire wolf. These variations comprise the stockier build of the American lion, lack of a developed mane, proportionally longer legs, and a distinctly formed cranium. A tribute to its fearsome array of weapons and stature, it nevertheless belonged to the Panthera genus and was assigned the scientific name Panthera Atrox, meaning the harsh panther. With some claiming it's truly the tiger or jaguar, the investigations revealing its true nature also begged if the lion is indeed its closest relative. These assertions were dropped after a DNA sequence confirmed the lion is really its closest relative. The DNA investigation also revealed that the American lion most likely started from an early Pleistocene cave lion population isolated south of the North American continental ice sheet some 340,000 years ago. Furthermore, it was observed that the last common ancestor of the American lion and contemporary lions lived 500,000 to 1.9 million years ago. Along the process, the American lion also grew shockingly large. Paleontologists estimate that on average, an adult was almost 25% larger than an African lion. It also became its own species. Some people, however, acquired much more than even this, since the species displayed great sexual dimorphism and size variability, which resulted in bigger males typically weighing between 351 kilos, 774 pounds, and 420 kilos, 930 pounds. It is a contender for the biggest cat of all time, as at this scale, it much surpasses any living cat of today, with the Smilodon in particular holding the edge with a max weight of 470 kilos or 1,040 pounds, which makes it even larger than the typical adult polar bear. Only the Smilodon and Panthera fossilis are regarded rivals in size. This is hardly important though, since fresh specimens discovered in 2012 showed that remarkably huge American lions might weigh more than both the Smilodon and Panthera fossilis, based on the present estimate of these massive individuals being roughly 1,153 pounds or 523 kilos in weight. At this scale, they not only surpass 8 adult humans, but also rank as the biggest feline to have ever lived. Unfortunately for those who coexisted with them, their strong bone structure and long legs still allowed them to remain extremely fast, with conservative estimates placing their running speed at over 30 miles per hour or 48 kilometers per hour, making them faster than any human runner and similar in speed to a warthog. Thus, they were among the most terrifying predators of their time. Though fast, it is still thought that the American lion would have hunted by ambushing its prey instead than sprinting victims across great distances. Recovering examples like Blue Babe, a frozen steppe bison discovered with deep claw wounds and bite marks matching those of an American lion, suggest that they killed the unfortunate victim with their nasty retractable claws and fatal bite in these ambushes. Thanks to its enormous skull, which was thickly built, allowing it to sink its 4-inch or 10-centimeter long canines into prey with a force of 1,800 pounds per square inch, the bite of the American lion was especially nasty. It was nearly 3 times more powerful than the bite of a modern lion and 6 times harder than that of the Smilodon, which had a relatively weak bite force due of its saber teeth. More unfortunate victims, including a quite unlucky gray wolf, showcase the great power of the American lion. This specific dog ended up in the mouth of an American lion's jaw close to the California La Brea tar pits. Though not unhurt, it managed to flee with its life since the feline's bite totally broke its right femur in two, therefore losing a great amount of its leg and highlighting this cat's insane power. Furthermore, the American lion seems to be rather intellectual based on its big brain case and the fact that many extant Panthera species are also thought to be extremely intelligent. It was not only a brute driven solely by pure power hunting. Indirect proof of its intelligence has also come from many ancient tar traps scattered around the United States. For thousands of years during the Pleistocene, herbivores of all kinds fell victim to these tar pits, which in turn would lure in predators. What's interesting, however, is that despite the American lion being one of the most commonly found carnivores during its era, it was rarely found at these tar pits, while coexisting competitors such as the direwolf and Smilodon were found in great numbers. Leading paleontologists to believe that the American lion had heightened intelligence, which made it better at avoiding entrapment. Apart from its intelligence, the American lion is supposed to have possessed alongside its modern counterparts extraordinary vision, scent, and hearing. Paleontologists think that in terms of hearing, it could have detected sounds emanating from well over a mile or 1.6 kilometers far. Furthermore, its sense might have been considerably better. Some claim it could detect the scent of a target several miles or kilometers away. With these useful traits and its monstrous size, the American lion was a formidable killer that could take down a large array of prey, which included deer, horses, camels, tapirs, peccaries, rodents, and steppe bison. Given many American lion assaults on them are recorded from several species, the steppe bison in particular seems to have been their preferred meal. This feline may have also preyed on the giant Columbian mammoth that lived alongside it, although it's not known if it would have been capable of taking down adults or just subadults, as this would depend upon if it lived in prides or not. As of now, there is no conclusive evidence to say that it lived in prides, with some thinking that its large size implies that it was a lone hunter, while others believe that since its nearest living relative lives in prides, that it likely did as well. Now, if it did live in prides, it would have had a reasonable shot at bringing down mature mammoths. And even if it was not a gregarious creature, it still would have been a threat to mammoth populations nonetheless, according to one study. The researchers here found that young mammoths would begin their lives extremely protected by their herd, but would at some point experience a stage where they were still small enough for the American lion to take down, yet were mature enough to wander away from their mothers to forage? It was at this point in life that paleontologists think that many mammoths fell victim to American lions. And this window of opportunity for the felines is thought to have taken place while mammoths were between 2 and 9 years old, where at the latter age, they would have weighed a maximum of 2 tons. The American lion's specialty of taking down younger, large megafauna extended to other herbivores as well, such as the American mastodon. And paleontologists actually believe that it, along with its competitors, such as wolves, dire wolves, and saber-toothed cats, posed a serious threat to populations, with these predators attributing up to 17% of all deaths among juvenile megafauna. The success the American lion had as a hunter is not only reflected by its impressive diet, but also its wide range, as it inhabited most of the United States, as well as parts of Canada and Mexico throughout the Middle and Late Pleistocene, with its oldest fossils dating to 340,000 years ago. Within its range, it seems to have preferred expansive plains and savannas, as it wasn't found in eastern Canada or the northeastern United States, where dense boreal forests were widely present. Some of these savannas and plains were regularly subjected to harsh cold weather, especially during the last glacial maximum, which occurred between 20,000 and 26,000 years ago. It's thought that the American lion used caves for shelter from the cold and might have used grass and leaves to line their den, a tactic currently seen in the living Siberian tiger. Amazingly preserved specimens also showed this feline had 2 distinct layers of fur, an outer one that was composed of guard hairs and a dense undercoat, which gave it both further protection from the cold and a reddish appearance. Despite its environment often being chilly, the habitat of the American lion was still full of life, and as a result, it lived alongside many iconic Ice Age animals, which, along with the previously mentioned prey and competitors, included the Homotherium, cougars, coyotes, black bears, jaguars, short-faced bears, pronghorns, wood bison, longhorned bison, hypelagus, holmesina, bighorn sheep, mountain goats, voles, stag moose, giant beaver, butharium, various ground sloths, and even glyptodonts. Additionally, since the American lion was still around 20,000 years ago, it did coexist with humans, who may have actually been one of its primary threats. This notion comes from the discovery of trash heaps of American lion bones that were found next to Paleolithic humans. This has also led some to speculate that humans were a contributing factor in the American lion's ultimate demise. Now, when exactly this giant feline went extinct is not certain, but as of now, the youngest fossils of this cat have been dated to 12,877 years ago. This extinction date aligns with the Quaternary extinction event that took out most of the megafauna at the time. And like the unknown exact time of the American lion's eradication, the precise cause of this extinction event isn't clear. But in recent years, the 2 leading ideas have been human overhunting and climate change, with the 2 perhaps working synergistically as a double whammy for megafauna, which in this case could have included the largest cat of all time. We appreciate you traveling with us into the past. Enjoy learning about the American lion. Then, Make sure to like, comment on, and subscribe to Ancient Wild TV to access more amazing tales from the past. Be crazy until next time.